Turn on. See what the chat's doing. Okay. So I just uploaded another tyrannical tyranny video of some cops in Arkansas who arrested a guy for not showing his ID. Pretty much, he was in a public parking lot, and I don't understand why these guys start talking. I don't understand why they keep talking in these videos. It's cold. It's like 35 degrees here, man. It's cold to me. Florida people ain't used to this. It's probably nice everywhere in the morning. I don't know. I don't know what's going to go down. But anyways, I just uploaded a short. It went to a short. You can't choose what you want anymore. It just goes to a short or goes to a video. You can't choose. But guy in Arkansas got arrested. He was sitting in a public park, I guess, having a business conversation on the phone, and the law walks up, and he doesn't want to give his ID because he hasn't committed a crime, which you shouldn't have to. But anyways, I don't understand why most of these videos I see, the guys have their windows all the way down. I don't understand why they do that. Because if I get pulled over, I'm giving them. I may give you a 3/4 of a window, maybe. I'm not rolling that thing all the way down when the cops come up to the car. I ain't rolling it all the way. I ain't doing it. All these videos I see. Oh shoot! I hit the wrong button on the thing. Let's see what I'm doing here. I'm turning that. Okay, so I'm back. Sorry about that. Sorry. But I don't understand why these guys have their windows. That's the one thing that always gets me. Why do you have your windows all the way down? And why are you talking? Why do you keep yapping? You can't talk yourself out of a pair of handcuffs. You know that? I figured that much out. As many times I've been placed in handcuffs, you can't talk yourself out of a pair of silver bracelets. It don't work like that. These videos really get me. I mean, I understand where they're coming from, and I agree with them. But a lot of times, these dudes are talking way too much, and they have their windows. Why do you got your windows all the way down? Why? One guy walks up to the other window. I'm not putting it down for you, dude. I ain't helping you. You work. You make your living. You do your job. I'm not putting the windows down for you so you can reach into my car and open my door. I am not doing that. I want to build a car, or any car again. I want to add a thing where you can't reach in from the outside and open the door but it would make it hard if you ever locked your keys in your car. But I don't understand why the one to upload the short I just uploaded. The guy was in Arkansas. He failed the ID. They said he was trespassing on public property. Why? And I understand. The guy won $75K, and there's no problem with that. But these jackbooted thugs out there, and some of these guys, I guess they just trust the cops, and they just leave their windows all the way down. And I don't do that. I will never leave my window down for a cop to get to it. And Florida just released this bill where you have to be 25 feet from a first responder, and it is very vague in how it's written. And at first I thought it would say something about crime scenes, and that would be a whole different circumstances, but it's not. I went and read the whole thing. It's really vague. If you go to a cop or a first responder, and he tells you that you got to step away, you got to give him 25 feet. Unless you have. It says something. It keeps using the term legitimate business, which is a really weird term. Very vague, and can be construed and can be defined in different ways. And it's really it pretty much is the First Amendment auditor thing is what it's for. And also too that they don't want the cops being caught. They've caught too many corrupt police officers. That they want to stop us policing the police. And I learned the other day, Polk County, which I used to live in Polk County, Florida, is they don't have body cams. Grady Judd, of all people, that one dude. I mean, he seems like an all right dude, But you would think he would want transparency and accountability for all his officers, and would want at least dash cams in all the cars, at least. But no, they're in Polk County, you don't get that. And I'm glad I don't live down there no more. I would like to go back and visit. But I think the last interaction I had with a police officer, besides getting pulled over for a headlight out, which that wasn't a big deal. The past few times I've dealt with police officers, something else more important happened in the middle of my transaction with them. And I remember one night I was out jogging and they just stopped me because I was jogging. Because I turned around and went the other direction at one point. And the guy's like, "Why did you turn around?" I was, "Dude, you're jogging. You can't keep jogging in one direction. You got to turn around at some point. I ain't Forrest Gump." I don't know if y'all can hear that. There's sirens all around me right now. And I don't know. It's an ambulance. It's not cops. Because there's a hospital a mile down the road. If that, not even that. But yeah, that new bill is to stop not stop first responders, stop First Amendment auditors is what that new bill, the new Florida bill, is to do. And it's very vague. And I guarantee you, there's going to be some backlash. There's going to be some battles about it, because you can't. The First Amendment of the Constitution supersedes Florida and any right. Your First Amendment rights, your right to freedom of press, is going to be can't be trampled upon just because Florida makes a little bill, and because it says a legitimate purpose. And my legitimate purpose is documenting what's going on. And the problem with some of these, there are a few First Amendment auditors out there who do antagonize the police, and they say some things, and they're yelling stuff, and they're saying, not yelling, but I mean, some do. There's all different types out there. Where is DLZ, delete laws? He tries to be respectful. He's not yelling insults at the cops, half the time. He will, I think. But what I don't understand is most of these videos you do see out there that people are in, they will and these are the ones, the guys that they support the cops like that. There's one guy here in Florida. He was friends with DeSantis. He was on a boat and with his kids and family, and they pulled him over and said he'd been drinking, and he wound up, he was sober. The man was he's in Forbes magazine, and these cops took him to jail, said he was drinking and driving on a boat, and DUI on a boat, and wound up getting I guess he got kicked out because he wasn't drinking and he wasn't doing no drugs, because that's what they always do. Like, or if you blow a breathalyzer and you blow zero, like, well, you're on drugs, but then you get down to the police station and do all the things, but never do them DUI. And California and Florida, I know, are the two states where the roadside field sobriety test, the stupid human tricks, are voluntary. Florida says, well, you have your license suspended if you refuse to do the test. No, that's if you're under arrest and you refuse to blow. Because so many people were getting their charges dropped because they would get arrested for DUI and not blow. Or not do one of those little tests that they have to check your blood alcohol level and all that. And but what was it? They wouldn't blow, and they wouldn't do the test, the blood test, whatever, to figure out how much your blood alcohol level was. And they would go to court, and it would get thrown out of court. It would get dropped because they have no evidence against you. And that's why and nobody can pass those field sobriety tests, them stupid human tricks. Nobody can pass those things. But yeah, everybody needs to check out that newest video I just uploaded. There's a it's 3 parts, and I didn't get the other parts to it yet, but I will, and put them together. And I don't know what else is going on in the world today. Trump was certified. The election was certified. And there was some other news that was on Timcast that was shocking. There was a 7.1 earthquake in Nepal. I think Nepal. And this world's going to hell in a handbasket here. Bible prophecy is being opened before our eyes every single fucking day. And these tyrant cops out here running around doing what they're doing. Thank God I ain't been messed with in a minute. But I've been messed with so many times by police officers. And so I know it's like. But, I've had some decent ones, though. I've had some decent interactions, too, at the same time. But for the most part, 90% of my interactions or my friends' interactions all don't go that well. Oh, the last time I talked to a police officer, what was it? I was standing around by a friend's house, and like 10 cops come driving by, like slowly. 10. I want no, more like 3 or 4. I'm sorry, I'm over exaggerating. And one stop said, rolled down his window, said, "Did you hear any gunshots? Did you call?" I was like, "No, I ain't heard no gunshots. I didn't hear any. Which I didn't at all." And he said, "Okay." And when I thought it was going to be worse than that, because if he thought somebody was shooting a gun, he maybe thought it was me. I thought maybe he'd get out of the car and say some shit, and try to search me and all that. But that didn't happen, and I'm glad for that. I don't think he really wanted to do much that day. Let me get my heater going. It's 30 degrees. 30 degrees. What time is it? Somebody tell me what time it is. Okay. I still got a few minutes. Okay. What else is going on in the world today, man? I wish I had my other phone, because then I could like show the video and talk about it, and it's hard. You can't do that on live stream on a phone where you can show what's on the screen. Like, what's that guy? What's that YouTuber's name? Here's the deal. I like that guy's channel, and he does commentary on some police interaction videos, and I really enjoy his content. Because this whole thing about driver's license law, insurance laws, that's all fucking bullshit. But that newest video got me, man. I get so upset by watching some of these videos and what goes on in these videos. It's hard for me. I watch them. I get taken in by them, but man, it's tough, because the cops have no clue or have no interest in protecting your rights, making sure your rights are intact by the time you're done with the interaction. All they want is your ID, because it's like crack to them. But it's another night, and I hope everybody else is safe in America, wherever everybody's at, paying attention, because this storm is going to get pretty bad, and it's going to get worse, especially in the Midwest up there, Arkansas, Tennessee, and what was it? Was it Indiana and Illinois? And it's going to move over Ohio, and then move on over to the Virginias and off to the coast. It's going to get pretty bad for some of us, for some of y'all. And I'm thankful I'm in an area where I might get some snow, maybe. The things have to line up just right. Stars has to cross. The moon has to be lined up just right. You get some snow. But it's good. No matter snow or no snow, it's still going to get pretty cold for me. For not what we're used to here in Florida. There's plenty of stuff going on in the world, and These cops ain't helping none. And I don't, and even Trump getting inaugurated in is not going to help that situation. It may help with some other situations, but they give them a free pass on everything, and that's the only thing I don't. One of the things I don't like about the Trump administration is they all constantly want to support that thin blue line, tyrannical brotherhood bullshit. That blue line gang. What's going on here? Somebody's not in that great of a neighborhood right now either, so not Chuck Bronson roaming around saving lives by filming cops. And he's in Florida. I want to see how he deals with the. I haven't watched this stream in a minute. I want to see how he deals with this. The Florida State Bill 184, or was it 189, and the 25 feet law, and see how that works out. I have not caught any of his streams to figure out if he's handling it pretty well. There's some people in the chat. I don't know if they're bots or not. Who's that? Normally, I can see at least 2 or 3 cops over here where I'm at, but tonight I'm not seeing any at all. Normally, I run into a few. But let's see what's going on.
New governor in Puerto Rico, and of course, Trudeau quitting. We've got Congresswoman.
Trudeau quits. If Trudeau is quitting, if that's really real, that's been the topic of the night. Trudeau is resigning, and that is some crazy ass. That is some wow. The Castro regime has ended. Because he is the son of Castro. We all know he is. And man, Trudeau is resigning. Can y'all believe that? That's a police state motherfucker, and that's sad to say that Florida is becoming one of the biggest police states out here. And I was hoping it wouldn't go that far. I was hoping DeSantis would help defend our rights and not erode our rights, but it's not. And I'm in Florida, so I got to be careful how I deal with the 25-foot rule. But you have to be warned. That is a thing. You have to be warned in the bill. And it says if you're threatening or harassing or intimidating. I don't think it says intimidating. But it's all terms that can be subjective, that can be defined in a certain way, in a personal manner, And if you're keeping your cool and staying silent and not yelling shit, if he feels intimidated if the cop feels intimidated by camera, I don't think intimidation's in the law. I'm not 100% sure on that. I have to double check that. I was reading it the other day, and I want to do a video with it on the screen as I read it and talked about it, because it uses terminology that can be, subjective and defined in different ways by different people. But legitimate business is a big one. There's a big term in there that I see. That can be, if my legitimate business is documenting something, or for news purposes, that's a legitimate business. But they don't see it that way. They don't. They never will. They're like, you need press credentials. I have press credentials. It's called the United States Constitution. That's all I need. There's no government agency that issues press credentials, and if there was, that'd be a communist police state, fascism. 1984. I think I gotta go.